want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke.
Uh-huh.
We want the smoke.
Come on, Charles. Oh, wrestling fans! Don't you dare be sour. Tune in to the On a Wrestling High podcast right here at Wrestling on Weed and feel the power. And don't forget to subscribe.
And now, hailing from wherever the gas at, weighing in at 420 pounds, your IWC Undisputed Champion.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to see you guys. It's your boy, Mr. HD, a.k.a. Laylo, with the homie, Super High, Travis Sly, the former Wild Nation prediction champion. That's because you are looking at the reigning, defending, undisputed predictions champion over here. Yeah, I'm still celebrating my first win, my first dub of the year. Camilla, what's going on? Hi, good to see you, sis. It's been a minute. Great to see you in the
what's
chat.
good, man?
I see her all the time on IG, so it's she's still around.
Yeah,
Wild
dope.
Nation was good. What's going on, KGM? Good to see you, my guy. Always in the building.
Facts.
Yeah, man, we got a good show today. Today's just straight podcast vibes, man. We just gonna talk about a bunch of topics that are going on in the wrestling world. We're gonna discuss something that Wrestletalk put out there. The homie Pete Quinnell, I call Pete reminds me so much of 10 from Dark Order. He just not 10. God damn it, what's his name?
Alan Angels?
The short one.
Oh, John Silver.
John Silver. There's so many of them. Well, not anymore. John Silver, him and Pete Quinnell remind me of each other. But yeah, Wrestletalk, they brought up a topic. They actually did a video saying Roman Reigns isn't working. And he broke down why he thought Roman Reigns wasn't working anymore. And I want to get your take on that, Trav, and discuss it with the chat and see what they think about it. We're also going to discuss Creep McMahon. And
Nasty
everything
work.
he has got going on, this nasty motherfucker. We're definitely going to discuss all of that. We're going to discuss Liv Morgan's title victory and how happy everyone seems to be backstage for Liv in real life. So we're going to discuss her first win and what might be in store for her. Does she have some looming transitions coming in the future, i.e. is she just a transitional champion for what's about to happen at SummerSlam? We will see. We're also going to be discussing the Sasha Banks and Naomi update. We're also going to be discussing injury updates for Big E, Daniel Bryanson, CM Punk, and Kenny Omega. A lot of bad news going around as far as injuries are concerned. We already, we experienced this. It was like a shock to the system how many injuries we had to deal with going into Forbidden Door, and it doesn't look like things are getting cleaned up anytime soon. And we're also going to discuss towards the end of the show something that it just randomly popped in my head, and it felt like it was happening right in front of our eyes, and no one mentioned it because why would you at this point? I feel like Tony Khan's trying to ignore the fuck out of MJF as much as he can, but it feels like they just kind of slid Christian Cage into that MJF spot, and we're going to discuss that also in the podcast. So, Trav, you ready to discuss these topics?
Sure.
All
Absolutely.
right, man, let's get right into it. We'll start with Creep McMahon, the headline news of the last week or so. Obviously, Vince McMahon had to step down as chairman. Step down. I put that in serious quotations because he came right out on TV and was like, "Hey, we're all family," and went backstage and was like, "Fuck him." So he's a crazy son of a bitch. Like, we've already established that right now. Crazy off his rocker old man. But clearly he's been doing things that I don't think anyone wasn't privy to. If you know what's going on backstage or you read any of the dirt sheets, he's gotten sued by other wrestlers. Like, obviously, Sable had her situation with him. That's Brock Lesnar's wife, mind you. Had her situation with Vince in the past and courtrooms and all these different things. And he's been accused of so many accusations, but nothing ever really stuck. And that's so we thought, Trav, because apparently some things did stick. We just didn't hear about them because Vince was
making it rain.
He was out there like, you get some millions. You get some millions. You get some millions. I'm like, damn, can you sexually harass me, my nigga? Because I want some millions. Like, what does it take? Like, goddamn, this thing out here just being a creep and like, here. Take. Now, mind you, I am a believer that if you take the money, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear nothing about it after that. If you take the money, then it was about the money and not about, oh, I need to get some message out. Nope, because you still could have made it public, but you chose the money. So I don't want to hear nothing from those motherfuckers. But that don't mean Vince wasn't wrong.
Here's the thing.
That don't mean he wasn't a fucking creep.
Like, I understand what you're saying, but you gotta think where some of these people like coming from. Like, these are probably motherfuckers that was down bad at they broke his time, and then it was like Vince McMahon came with this proposition, if you will. It was like, listen, hit me off, and you know what I'm saying, and keep it on the low.
I can't say they were.
They didn't want to do that shit. It's like they had, like, for that money,
right?
Like that money talks, bro. Money talks. It's a fucked up situation, but money talks. I
agree 1,000%. Don't make it right. That's all I'm saying. Like, what Vince McMahon did was 1,000% wrong. In my opinion, it's more important to hold him accountable for those things than to take his money. Now, we're in a culture now where you could take the money and then just later, like what's happening now, you can just put them on blast later and you already got the money. And now I don't even know if they violated the NDAs or the non-disclosure agreements that they had to sign to get the money. I don't know if they're the ones who actually violated these agreements, but I would hope not, because then they probably have to pay back the money. So I'm sure these things are leaking out. I'm not sure for who. There was rumors that it could be like Tony Khan, like trying to sabotage Vince McMahon and stuff like that by putting out all this shit, which would be epically crazy that Vince brought this guy in and then this guy destroyed him. That would be that's the end of the movie. That's the movie. That's the climax to the movie, right? Unless there's something crazy where these motherfuckers get an axe and a sword and they go battle to. I feel like Tony Khan taking over the company and ousting Vince is like the climax to Vince's story.
I saw a meme like a week ago. It was like, you know, the Mortal Kombat, like when you like going up to like trying to get all the way to Shao Kahn, the little stone shit.
The ladder, yeah.
So the shit had Nick Khan. It had Nick Khan, right? And then it had Stephanie. This was around the time when she quit. It had Stephanie.
Right.
Got her out of there. Triple H got him out of there. Larry just got him out of there. He was right. Vince was Shao Kahn, bro.
Right. He's like right there. Like final boss.
Like some people think Nick Khan is the one getting these motherfuckers out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what it feels like. Everything changed since he got there, bro. The entire structure, they weren't firing this many people before Nick got there. Like, once he got there, they just start going fire happy. Like, it used to be a gimmick, like every now and then, you're fired. Now it's just like, all right, we firing 50 niggas tomorrow.
I heard there's another one coming up.
Send out the text. Yeah, I mean, they just fired a couple, Mike McGillicuddy. McGillicuddy. I just love that name. I hate it, but I love it because it's so terrible.
Bro, there's a bar across the bridge from here called McGillicuddy's.
It sounds like a fucking Irish bar. That's exactly what it sounds like. Oh man, but yeah, this guy's disgusting, man. Apparently, this is where the story just went completely left, and obviously, I still stand by what I said. Like, don't take the money. Press charges. Yeah, I mean, get that motherfucker locked up. Fuck his money. If he sexually assaulted you, fuck his money. You know what I mean? It's like, get him locked up. And if you don't do that, then I don't want to hear shit. Because he's clearly a criminal, and y'all just let him walk the streets and potentially do the same shit to other people, which clearly happened. So ultimately, by taking his money and not pressing charges or holding him accountable in the court of law, you become part of the problem. And I can't really go with the whole some people were down bad. They were employed. They had jobs there. They were working. He was cutting them checks already and giving motherfuckers raises when they was bopping them off. And so they already had income. It's not like these people were homeless on the street, but I don't think he letting them touch them anyway. Like is a certain person that he felt like he had control and power over, just like any big boss. Like, it's what these multimillionaire, billionaire dudes do. They take, not all of them, but a lot of them, they take advantage of people that they work for. Vince is the first, and he won't be the last. That's a club that I can't even explain or really comprehend what probably goes on behind the scenes, but I know most of it ain't good. But like I was saying, here's where the story got creepy, because there was an employee, I think they said in 1995, Trav, that brought up the fact that Vince McMahon was paying her an amount, and then he gave her a raise to give him the bop bop. And once she decided that relationship needed to end, she got fired. So obviously that's fucking ridiculous. There was also another situation where there was a WWE writer, or not a lawyer. It was another WWE employee, where they said that, same kind of situation with Vince, and, he passed her off to John Laurinaitis, and John Laurinaitis was, I was just like, what the hell is these creepy old wrinkly motherfuckers doing? Like, first of all, like, ill. Like, it's gross. You know what I mean? It's like, I just, it's crazy that these dudes take advantage of their power the way they do. And
same shit that goes on in Hollywood, bro.
It's the same shit, bro. It's the same shit. And it's these multimillionaires with too much power, and they wield it in the wrong way. Yeah, and then they could just, because he apparently gave the first woman $7.5 million, Trav.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I got fired for not topping you off. I'm probably, like, she probably could have got 20 million. Like, what you go, I've been like 7.5 ain't enough. I'm going public. All right, 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she definitely could have negotiated. She
probably could have just kept going up. You know what I mean? I want 20% of the company. It's like, all right. Please don't tell nobody. Like that's a crime. That's like, it's like, come on, you can't do that. Like, it's now one of the relationships were apparently consensual, and it just became public or whatever. But a lot of these instances were obviously Vince being a creep, or John Laurinaitis, who is apparently going to be the fall guy for most of the stuff that's happening, being a creep. But we need to get both of these motherfuckers up out of here, is my opinion. Vince need to fucking go. I think we've been saying that. This dude has been covering up crimes and all kind of sinister shit in his company.
Since he took over.
Yeah, since he took over from his dad, which he did, doing some sinister shit. Which we appreciate now, because ultimately pro wrestling is what it is because of Vince McMahon. We can't deny that, as far as in moving from the territory thing to the being a big TV spectacle. But still, just because you do some great things doesn't mean you aren't a despicable piece of shit. And just because you're a despicable piece of shit doesn't mean you haven't done great things. And I think that's what people have to understand. A lot of times they say Pat Patterson was worse, Gruss. I mean, we already know the stories and the accusations behind that, but
I don't even know these stories, but I'm sure him and
yeah.
Gerald Briscoe just look like.
I mean, and we know. Well, he's had
pedophiles.
The little referee boy and all this. Like, it's.
Pedophile. That's exactly what I just said.
Because he's passed away. So I'm gonna let sleeping dogs lie. But we know the stories, and they're all buddies. That whole little club, Vince's little yes men, who had a job forever, and we already hear about the parachute package deal that Laurinaitis got. As long as you don't snitch, you know what I mean, you good. You know what I mean? That's basically how it goes. It's like the mob. You know what I mean? You don't snitch on the family. You know what I mean? You don't tell them all the creep stuff we doing. Then, you know what I mean? You'll get the, you know, we'll take care of you whether you get to work for the company on record or not. So all these accusations being tossed around, we obviously agree that Vince should be gone. I think that, do you think he's actually going to be gone? I mean,
No.
you can wish. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, like even if he does leave, Stephanie or somebody is gonna be in control, and he's gonna be playing the back burner, still controlling shit. Like we all know this. Like,
because you hear
come
Stephanie
on, this is
coming out.
he's
Just,
not
I love
stopping.
my father. I love my father. We're gonna move. Like, yeah, you just gonna be his puppet. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's not stopping until he dies. Listen.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right. And he's obviously being a dick about it, coming out on TV like, hey, there's no accusations. What are you talking about? What? Grapes? I don't know what you're talking about. Who's talking about grapes? No, that's not what we said, Vince. We didn't say you graped someone. That's not what we said. Jesus Christ. This dude is crazy, man. So hopefully he's up out of here soon, but I don't think.
And on top, like what is this thing about him having like 80% of a vote or something like that?
That is a fact, bro. He's still a voting member. Just because you give up part of the company or shares of the company, you don't have to be like majority share owner in the company, even though I think he still is. I think he still owns 51% of the WWE, but he still owns 80% of the voting shares, which obviously when making decisions, that's the most important thing. They can't do nothing. That's the ultimate thing. Like, they could try to vote him out like with some kind of, power play, but it's going to be very, very hard. You know what I mean? So that's why it feels like this stuff is coming out. Like, somebody's trying to like sabotage him, because it's the only way you ever gonna get Vince out the way is if there's allegations that he just can't deny that will destroy the company if he stays. So honestly, I'm not even mad. I'm not with the whole surprise, let's destroy your life stuff. But some people deserve it because they've destroyed plenty of lives. Vince is, I don't even need to go down the list. Like, this dude is just,
he's a whole ass
things for the last
straight
30
cheese.
years. It's like, just like horrific things though. Like literally covering up murders. Sorry, YouTube. Y'all been real nice star videos lately. I'm trying to be careful with the words I'm using.
Oh yeah, I'm wild.
Man, but it's like he's been doing super despicable things since, like I said, he stole the company from his dad and then, did everything his dad never wanted him to do. He's just been a bad guy for a long time. So it's kind of hard to feel sorry for him to watching any of this happen, especially when you know that you kind of assumed that it was happening in the first place. Some of these women deserve justice. All of these women deserve justice if there was anything done to them, women or guys. I don't know who the hell else is, levying accusations, but yeah. And shout out to Linda McMahon, who has to be embarrassed about all this. This is like, come on, man. This lady was running for like Senate, U.S. Senate, and now she got to watch her husband be on TV. Like, yeah, he was smashing and getting topped off by. She was literally running for a government office. I don't know if she was done with her political career. Now she looked like a clown. And man out here being a thought. What is you doing? You know what I mean? It's like, we can't have you in here. Like, control your dude. What's going on? What is going on? Yeah, fuck Linda too on some political shit. Like, she's crazy too. But I'm just saying, in the essence of them being husband and wife. You know what I mean? Like, he's making her look crazy. You know what I mean? In whatever position she's trying to be in life. Like, I just don't. I think a lot of the Linda stuff is just Vince rubbing off on her. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel bad for Linda too. Vince, oh my God. This whole voting share shit, it just goes to show he's not going nowhere, bro. Linda, I don't know. I don't know if she's still running for office. She should be walking for office now. But this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy at the moment. And like, yeah, you know, like Grush said, this man picked up Owen Hart off the mat and just
kept
kept the show going. That's the type of
I
dude
wanted
we're
to say
dealing
I
with,
ain't
man.
even see that in the chat, but I was definitely thought about it. I was just trying to not make the show.
They
too
talking their
somber.
shit in the chat.
But yeah, he definitely. Whew, yeah, that was probably one of the toughest things that I, that bothers me about Vince is that show going on, and having Vince and Jerry Lawler, or not Vince, having JR and Jerry have to go back on and
Deliver that news.
yeah, come on,
that's the
man.
type of dude we're dealing
It's just
with, bro.
disrespectful.
He thinks he's
and
invincible.
he literally does think he's invincible.
Bro, like you said they run that shit like a mob, bro. And this nigga is Scarface, bro.
Facts.
This nigga is
Who's worse, Vince or Dan Snyder? I don't think that's a question. It's Vince.
Who the fuck is Dan Snyder?
The owner of the Washington Redskins. He's a terrible piece of shit too. He's in the same club.
Yeah.
He's in the same club.
Yeah.
They're all pieces of trash human beings, just bad people.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say Vince. Vince has a much longer record of doing terrible things.
Fuck him.
So, fuck him.
He's so crazy. So
let's talk about something a little more pleasant. Something I know Camilla will be excited to talk about. Let's talk about, before I just pull the rug from under her feet with the question I have. Let's talk about Liv Morgan's title win, man. First of all, congratulations to Liv Morgan. Let me see if I got the...
Shout out to Liv.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Liv. Word. So, Liv Morgan is new SmackDown Women's Champion, man. I'm excited for her. She won it at what's the name of that match? Money in the Bank. She won it at Money in the Bank when she cashed in, and then on Ronda Rousey the same night after Ronda Rousey got hurt by Natalya. We'll mention Natalya in a second here. But yeah, it was a great win, it was an okay Money in the Bank match. I was entertained by it. Obviously, Shotzi was falling all over the fucking place. But it was still a good match. I couldn't do none of that shit they doing, so I ain't gonna go too hard on her. You know what I mean? So, I understand being in a ladder match like that, jumping off of shit is always difficult. So I'll give Shotzi a break on that one. But the match was still entertaining, and we got the winner that we all want. Obviously, I'm a believer. You know what I mean? That's why I am. You know what I mean? The reigning, defending, undisputed predictions champion because I picked Liv Morgan. So shout out to you, Liv. Yeah, man. And I have one question for you guys because I'm sure, Trav, you may have heard this or may not have heard this.
Mm-hmm.
It is rumored that she's going to be dropping that title immediately at SummerSlam. It could possibly be in a one-on-one match against Ronda Rousey, and it could be in a triple threat with Ronda and Natalya, or maybe someone else. If that is the case, do you think they're taking that belt right off of Liv?
Man, yeah, I think so. And I think it's going to lead to Ronda becoming a heel and all that. And hopefully Bayley comes back. I don't think she should be a bad guy anymore when she comes back. I don't think she should go back to the old Bayley character, like the happy Bayley, but I think she should be a face. I think she should be a face with the character that she was. And yeah, man, I just feel bad for Liv Morgan because the way she even got to the Money in Bank is really no story to it. It's just about the moment, bro. It's like really no story to it.
I think there was, you don't, that's because you
Except
don't watch.
I guess the fact.
That's because you don't watch. They've been telling the story, I feel like, for a long time. Like, because Liv has always been, like, on the cusp. Like, that's the story. Liv is on the cusp. And You know,
I don't think she was ever on the cusp, though.
nah,
I
man,
think she
she's
was
definitely
always.
because we talked about it. They've been pushing her. They clearly been pushing her
But
to like keep
how
her
many
like right
title shots?
under Becky and them. She's like one tier
How
under.
many singles titles shots have she had?
None for real. Like it was, she ain't have like a lot of shots, and the shots she got, it
She
wasn't like
wasn't even
really
in a picture.
believable. Yeah, it wasn't believable that she would win if she did get the match. But yeah, that's kind of a good comparison. Like she's like the female Big E. Like they don't take her seriously, but the fans know that they're good, so they have to put the belt on them. So they give them a chance, and then they're probably going to do the same thing that they did to Big E. I mean, it's. You want to be honest. Like, I love Liv Morgan. I think she has one of the best finishing moves. The Oblivion is fire. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, shit. That was dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck is that? So, you know, I think she got it. She got the energy. She's like a little ball of fire. She's like little female John Cena. You know what I mean? Going out there, cut her cheesy ass promo to get everybody hyped. You know what I mean? She not stumbling over her words and shit. She gets the shit out. Like she can cut a decent promo. It's cheesy, but all John Cena shit was cheesy. That's why people hated him for the most part. It's like, I get this corny motherfucker out of here. But the kids loved him. That was the point.
So is she not giving the same "they didn't believe me in the back, but you always believe me" promos that they always do for everybody else? That they do that for?
I mean,
Like that's the type of, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I'm saying, the next this is just the next person at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's kind
like
of like
they didn't believe me back then, but you guys believed in me.
I know,
Like,
I know. I just
you
think
know,
she's adorable, and I think she needs.
I love Liv
Yeah, I
Morgan,
just
bro.
think
But
she deserves it more than most people who they put in that
no,
position.
she definitely
You know what
deserves
I
it.
mean?
They need to let her be her, though, because they're just doing the common WWE shit. Like
Yeah.
I said,
She's blonde. Just have her go out there and smile and be bubbly and just
like give her
what is
Seth
character?
Rollins,
Yeah.
give her Seth Rollins, give her Becky freedom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give her that type of freedom.
I don't know if she's that good though. Like those are you're talking about the best people in the business.
Give her
Like
a chance.
I mean
Give her a chance, though.
maybe. I think sometimes it's good to put trainer wheels on some of these wrestlers. Even
I'm not saying she.
Daniel Bryan said that he liked the writing process. He's like, I can't even go out there and just wing it all the time. I mean, he can obviously, but he even said that so sometimes it's good. But I agree. At some point, they're gonna have to let her, off the leash. No disrespect intended. Let her off the leash. Let her do her thing. Yeah, I can agree with you, but I think that she's killing it. I think that she's
100% killing it. She's doing everything correctly. It's just the same shit that
they've done with
last
You're
person
not wrong. You're not wrong
done.
about that. I hope they don't use her as fodder for Ronda Rousey becoming a heel, unless they're gonna put the belt back on her and they're gonna give her a 3-month feud with Ronda Rousey and she's gonna become a big star like Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. They need to create some new women stars. First of all, they destroyed Alexa Bliss. What is Alexa Bliss? I don't even know what she is. Doudrop should be a star already. She should be like, I don't know. She should be doing something. Like Piper Niven came in, everybody knew who she was already. You know what I mean? And then they just nothing. Like nothing. She's nothing at this point. No disrespect, but she's doing nothing. Sasha and Naomi gone. Charlotte's not around. She might not even give a fuck about wrestling no more. I don't even know what's going. So it's like
She didn't come back?
No, she ain't came back yet. So it's like make a new star. Liv Morgan is right there. I think Shotzi, not on no. I don't even know I brought her up. But Liv is the one. Liv is the one. They can make the Liv dolls. Like she got the Believer slogan. I don't even know if that's a thing. That's something I made up. But she got some cool catchphrases. She got the whole thing. You know what I mean? So just make Liv into a star. They can't do that by taking the belt right off of her. I'm sorry. They got to.
No, I don't think they should. I don't think they should.
She beat Ronda with
I
one
think she should
leg.
beat Ronda. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so they got to give her the real win, right?
I think they should give Liv the minute. And Camilla, I'm not saying that Liv's not good. She's good at what they're having her do, but I'm just saying that they should just let her
do more.
kind of do her a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think they had to ease her in. I think they're easing her in because now people like it's
Right.
just she's fresh. Like people just now like, oh shit, Liv Morgan is a thing. Hey, I like Liv Morgan now.
Right,
like,
yeah.
She got her to that point. Now they can start letting her, do her thing a little bit more. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Shotzi is out here next time. Budget cuts come. Oh man, that's fucked up.
Yo, damn, Dave.
I'm not even. I want you to be wrong.
Man, I like Shotzi, man. I'm not gonna lie. I do.
Or do you just like the way she looks? I'm just like, what is she good?
I mean, she's all right, but she's all right. I'm talking about like in the ring. I heard her have good matches when she don't mess up. She has all right matches. She's like Darby Allin to me.
Her match, she'll do some crazy shit. Her match with Sasha was pretty fun.
She'll do some crazy shit.
Yeah, her match with Sasha before Sasha bounced was pretty fun.
She had a match with Dakota Kai on NXT that was fire.
Yeah. And she had some good tag matches where she was running around with Tegan Knox. Like they had some pretty good matches. So I know she's
Tegan Knox and Ember Moon.
Yeah, I know she's a pretty good wrestler. I don't take no shots, but I kind of agree. Like she's just not. I don't know what she is. Like she used to come out on the little tank with the horns. Now she got the green hair and she's still screaming. Like I just don't know what she is. Like Nikita Lyons is the next big star.
Attack is too much.
Folks need to leave Shotzi alone. What folks forget, they make mistakes too. It's not ballet. That's 100% accurate. It's a wrap for Shotzi once they took her tank away. Yeah, once they took the tank. Well, I think it was a wrap once they got rid of Tegan Knox. Because her and Tegan were a great thing.
I hope Tegan Knox go to AEW.
Yeah, she needs to. Like I used to love Tegan Knox, man. She
and Dakota Kai.
Yeah, two of my favorites.
I would like them in either there or Impact.
And Miss Gargano.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
if out of all them, Candice is the one I need.
Probably the number one that should go in AEW. Facts.
Dakota and Tegan, I could see in either or AEW or Impact.
Like, look at all that talent. Think about all that talent. That the names we just Dakota Kai, like she ain't even get a real shot on the main roster at all. Mm-hmm. Like Tegan Knox and Candice, they could be using all of these people. They got Lacey Evans out there just being a schizophrenic. She don't even know what the fuck she don't know if she mad or happy or angry or sad week to week. Like, I don't know. I guess she's officially healed now, but they could use all these ladies in the women's division. And it wouldn't just be like, yo, please do something with Liv Morgan, please. Because it's like, that's why I'm so thirsty for it, because they don't have nobody else. It's like, who's next in the women's division? Who's next up? Everybody's saying Nikita Lyons.
Exactly.
She got a fat ass. I get it. I mean, I get it. I like watching her too. And she's talented, clearly. She's a champion in other places.
She's definitely talented.
She is what she is. But it's like, all right, that's cool. She needs more work, though. I like wrestlers. Like, the women we were just talking about are like the fucking young bucks of the female division. And like the wrestlers on the feet, they could go toe-to-toe with Sasha. They just never got to the main roster to get their chance, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But what do you think the ultimate outcome will be for Liv? Do you think she'll bounce back if she does lose the title to Ronda? You think she'll stay in the main event?
I think if she Yeah, she's too young for this to be over for her. She's like 24, 25 or some shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? If she loses, I'm pretty sure she's gonna bounce back. Like, pretty sure. She's not if they have budget, because she's not gonna know motherfucker where. She's good.
Yeah, she's
sad to say.
She's definitely good.
I don't want to say it like that.
Right.
Where the fuck is Io Shirai, Dave?
Apparently her contract comes up soon. And they're saying she might not be re-signing with WWE once her contract comes up. She might be going back over to Japan or maybe looking for greener pastures in AEW. I'm just tired of people letting it just jump and ship to WWE and going to AEW at this point. Like, I get it, but damn, man, now WWE roster is all watered down and AEW roster is too thick. It's like the reverse of what we were complaining about last year. Remember, we were just complaining about this on the other side. Like, WWE got too many people. They can't do nothing. Now it's like AEW got too many people. They can't get them on TV. It's like they can't sign everybody from W. We're going to need a third big major company because AEW, Ring of Honor, and all this feels like all the same shit. You know what I mean? Because they all work together. We need like a third entity where people can sign and get big money contracts, and not have to go from WWE to AEW because there's not much room left on that roster, bro. You know what I mean?
No, it ain't.
Yeah.
And hopefully this AEW, this RH pay-per-view that's supposed to be coming up in like 2 weeks, hopefully that is like the beginning of them possibly getting a deal, like some type of TV deal or a streaming deal or something like that. Because if I heard they're dependent on this show to get some type of deal.
You see the card? So, they're loading up the card.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Yeah, they loading up the card and it's coming right off the back of the G1. Is it going on during the G1? It feels like it's going on during the G1.
Yeah, the G1 start on the 16th.
Yeah. So it might be overlapping with the G1 a little, but maybe not. Because the G1 is 2 weekends. It's for 2 weeks, right?
The G1 is like a month.
It's a month long. Okay, it's like 3-4 weeks. Okay, got you. So yeah, it's definitely gonna overlap with the G1. So hopefully they don't get lost in that shuffle. Obviously, SummerSlam coming up in a few weeks as well. Hopefully, they don't get lost in that shuffle. We need that extra brand. I don't like Ring of Honor. I feel like Ring of Honor needs to change their name. Just me, probably an unpopular opinion. I love the name of the company. Obviously, Ring of Honor is a great name for a wrestling promotion. I just think it has a stigma, just like TNA had a stigma, so they had to change the Impact. I think it's just that's the old stuff. So when people hear it, they just like, oh, I know what that is already. So they don't go check out what's happening new. And it's so much new shit happening in Ring of Honor now. It's like a completely different company almost with, them being able to inject so much talent into the company at one time. I think they just need a name change. You know what I mean? As great as the name is, I think they need a name change, just a complete rebrand of the company now that Tony Khan owns it. So just my thoughts.
More
you guys
new
can
belts?
let me know what you think. What'd you say?
More new belts?
Yeah, more new belts, I guess. We definitely have to have more new belts. Yeah, I'll get rid of the old ROH belts and get a bunch of new belts in there. I mean, I'm always for new belts, man. I love wrestling belts. So if we had to get rid of all the Ring of Honor belts, which I love, Ring of Honor has some fire belts, by the way. But if we had to, change it to what? That's a whole different discussion, man. I got to get through the show. I don't know what to change it to. I mean, Ring of Honor is a great name, so it would be hard to replace it. I just think that there needs to be a complete rebrand. No more red, maroon, and gold logo, whatever the colors. Everything needs to change and just make it a completely new brand. You know what I mean? And go from there, man. There's enough wrestlers out there. Sign Braun Strowman. Sign some of these big name people that could bring attention to the company, and get Will Ospreay over there, put a belt on him. Just do some crazy shit in ROH. You know what I mean? Get these guys some money. Tony got it. You know what I mean? They got backing now. So if they get TV and shit, that'll be the move. You know what I mean? In my opinion. That could be the brand. Just rebrand it. Rebrand Ring of Honor. I know that's never going to happen. It has too much history. I get it. But, so does our country, and we had to change a lot of things. So things change is good sometimes. You know what I mean? You don't have to forget the past to, be able to change it. So just my opinion. We can move on to our next topic. Let's talk about something that Cultaholic brought up on one of their videos earlier today, guys. I'm sorry, not Cultaholic. I don't want to put that on Cultaholic's head because I'm about to go in. But it was Wrestletalk. It was the homie Pete Quinnell over there at Wrestletalk. Shout out to Pete. Pete's one of my favorite wrestling YouTubers. He's just a little shrimp over there. I don't know. He could probably wrestle. He might be able to take me down. But he's over there at Wrestletalk. He does great videos, great content in general over there. He's a funny guy. So he did a video today that made me scratch my head a little bit. I was like,
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know if
crazy.
I agree with that, bro. Because he was like, he did a whole 10 minutes, man, talking about why Roman Reigns is not working anymore in WWE. And he made some good points. I'm going to give him credit because he made some decent points. He made some points that I think the biggest point he made was that all the people that Roman has fought during his title run, be it the Cesaros, the Daniel Bryans, the Brock Lesnar's, the Finn Balor's, Lord, R.I.P. Finn Balor, and all these different people, no new stars have been created by Roman Reigns. Not one. Jey Uso, I guess, but, he made the point that Jey Uso he's just still a tag team guy. He's still under Roman. It's not like he became champion. He's still even though he is undisputed champion. There's no question the Usos are stars. You know what I mean? But a tag team champion is different than being the world champion. Let's not confuse the two. So I get it. It makes sense what he said. It makes sense what he said. I get it, Pete. But first, I'm going to ask you, Trav, do you agree? Wait a minute. Camilla said his reign is a failure. Whoa. She just jumped out the window. She was like,
damn.
She was like, fuck gas. Where's the gas? Where's the match?
His reign is a failure. I ain't gonna
Damn.
lie. I feel Camilla. I feel where she's coming from.
600 days.
It was definitely
Going on 7.
It was definitely no stars made, and then you put both of the titles on this motherfucker for him to not be there. Hey, motherfuckers about to cash in on the motherfucking U.S. title and Intercontinental title and shit. Like, I don't understand what's going on with this booking in WWE. I don't know how people can watch it. I don't know how y'all can watch it. I've only been watching the pay-per-views. You already know how I've been gave up all these days, especially once I see Brock Lesnar come back.
Oh god.
I'm like, come on.
That hurt my soul.
Like,
when he came out, it hurt my soul. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, no.
I hate Austin Theory.
Oh man,
Austin Theory can wrestle. Don't get me wrong, but I hate him. Like they're just making me not want to watch it. Like they make you not want to watch it.
All right. My thing is with Roman. This is the best version of Roman Reigns we've had in his entire 8-year career. Like, this is by far the best version of him. Just like a year ago, we were literally saying this is possibly the greatest storyline of all time. His story, I think we really forget. I get the whole he hasn't created any stars thing. 100% get it. Let me get to that in a minute. But we forget that feud with Jay and, subsequently Jimmy coming in a little later, not really involved, but Jay specifically, the matches were okay, good matches, but it was more about the storytelling. It was one of the most entertaining 6 months I've ever had in wrestling, one of the most intriguing 6 months I've ever had watching WWE television. Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. I understand that's only 6 months of a 2-year reign. 3 year, however long the hell it's been, it's 2 years. So I get that. You know what I mean? That's only a third or fourth of the reign, but it was so good. I feel like that gave him a little rope, a little leeway. Like, you ain't got to be, but that's not his fault. That's still not his fault. It's the booking. Was terrible. What they did with Finn Balor, embarrassing. Just terrible shit. Like, we know that. But I don't know. I feel like it's been good. When do we get champions that hold the belt this long that seem this dominant?
It was great, bro.
It was.
I don't think the Jay story was great until it was over. because that shit is over. Like that story is over. Like the
storylines
once that story
fell
was
off a
over,
cliff. The storylines fell off a
yeah.
fucking
Once that
cliff.
story was
I
over,
can't
who
be
he
mad,
he
yeah.
fought Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
That
oh god, that was terrible.
okay.
That was
the match was terrible. But
yeah, the match was not good.
Who else he fought? Brock, of course.
Finn Balor, Brock a bunch of times.
People wanted Cesaro to beat him.
Cesaro,
but that wasn't
yeah,
happening.
Cesaro, that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, like after the Uso shit, what is there to even talk about? Brian Danielson and Edge.
And Edge. Yeah.
That was cool. That was cool, and that match was fucking great. But
yeah,
if Brian Danielson didn't get involved into that shit would have been trash to me. I wasn't feeling that whole shit until Brian Danielson
could be right. Yeah,
Danielson got into it.
Yeah, he definitely.
So, like after you already know what story I love the most, and that shit is still going on. The fuck, I'm talking about like just that shit is still going on. Them Bucks is damn near about to talk about coming back together again. I'm about to watch BTE as soon as we finish doing this.
Yeah, that story is definitely still going on. I'm interested to see what direction Hangman goes in, because there's a bunch of things they could do. He's like a free agent within the company. It feels like he has a whole bunch of homeboys. Like everybody's his homeboy except for if he don't fuck with you. So he could end up doing a bunch of different things. I like that for Hangman. But yeah, as far as Roman is concerned, man, like I get it. The title reign hasn't, as far as the feuds and the storylines, haven't been stellar at all. I just feel like the grandiose of Roman Reigns himself, the fact that this is by far the best version of this man that we've ever gotten, and he's been great for the majority of his career, had bad booking, being forced down our throats, pause, like just all of that, like that wasn't his fault. You know what I mean? He was still doing his job and doing it to the best of his ability. He didn't write Suffer and Succotash. He probably should have fought a little harder not to have to say it, but you know what I mean? He didn't write it. And we all know John Cena and motherfuckers have cut terrible, terrible promos and had, John Cena sucks. You know what I mean? Like, people hated John Cena for a long time. Now he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. I feel like people will appreciate this reign, in history once it's over at some point.
Fact. The numbers are great, but after, like, all... You know why he stopped coming? he stopped coming because like, I'm cutting the same promo every week.
I ain't got shit to do.
What city that I'm in? Acknowledge me. I'm the head of the table. We got all the chips.
And he takes up 20 minutes of the show to do it. The same. 20 minutes of the show.
Same promo every week, bro. He was like, I don't have to come here every week and do this. I'll come every once in a blue moon to do it, so it can look some type of good. Like, you feel me?
It does right now. It feels like he's on a hamster wheel. I can't. You've convinced me, and now I'm starting to see it. It definitely feels like his run is a little bit on a hamster wheel. It's just kind of the same stuff over and over again,
bro.
Damn. That's unfortunate.
There's niggas out there that love it. My man that I work with, he loves this nigga Roman. You can't tell.
I fuck with Roman. I fuck with Roman tough. I like the new Roman is the old Roman. I was like, he's whack. The new Roman is like, he reminds me of myself.
No, he's not whack.
So I'm like, this shit, I like
he's
this
not
arrogant
whack.
motherfucker. This shit is...
It's just repetitive and boring. He's not whack at all. The matches is always going to be good. It's just...
They haven't put nobody against him that we thought was going to beat him, really. Not even the Brock Lesnar matches. Like, we knew that he was going to win those matches. No one picked Brock Lesnar in none of the matches when he was going up against. When we did predictions, everybody was picking Roman Reigns. So it's like, they haven't really done, like, I thought for one split second they might put that title on Jay during that feud. For one little hairy second, the hair was this short, about as short as the hairs on my head. But it was... it was there, but no, obviously that didn't happen. You know what I mean? And he called John Cena missionary. I'm feeling that missionary vibe from Roman instead of dominant vibes.
Nah, that was
here. She's like,
that was
talk
fire,
about
though.
it. Yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was hilarious. But okay, so Pete Quinnell at Wrestletalk. I see you over there. The chat has spoken. Apparently, you're not 100% off your rocker. A lot of the people in the chat, including Trav, agrees with you. They've actually changed my mind a little bit. I still think that the reign has been epic, all-time great championship reign, in my opinion, because it was a brand new character when it started. We had never seen this Roman Reigns before. He came back from the pandemonium and was like, "Give me the title," and now I'm champion forever.
With the teeth?
With the new teeth, coming out looking like Mr. Ed, you know what I mean? The teeth and the new muscles, you know what I mean? No shirt on now, you know what I mean? No shield gear. He's like, acknowledge me. Like,
he couldn't even say S words right.
Right, exactly.
he's just getting his S's back.
And he got a new lisp, you know what I mean? He had a new lisp for about a year. He's trying to... Oh man, but he looked like a star. I still notice his teeth, like still to this day. His mother be talking to me like them goddamn teeth. Those teeth are too perfect.
Nah,
when those aren't normal teeth. Nobody's teeth look like that, right? Oh man, them is dentures, nigga. Them is dentures. Oh man, but shout out to Roman Reigns, man, the tribal chief. We acknowledge you over here, Roman. At least I do. I acknowledge you. As my tribal chief, and you know, I hope that your reign continues until they actually make a star big enough to take it from you. You know what I mean? Because I don't think there's anyone qualified right now in WWE to take that belt off of Roman Reigns, unless you're gonna Edge with this new gimmick he's supposed to be coming back with. New scary. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. They got to make Edge a title contender. They got to make somebody a title. Somebody. Give me one. Big E's gone. Like, we need a title contender. Drew McIntyre, please. I get it. No, don't care. Don't care about Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. All right, I know I'm going to get it. You can give it to me. It's probably going to be.
Yeah, you know it.
I know I'm going to get it. Just get it done and get it over with. But I don't care about that shit. I need a new superstar. Somebody. Anybody. New name. I don't care if it's Kevin Owens.
It could have been. They fucked Walter up, too.
What? Oh, bro. Oh my God. Now I'm mad. I'm upset. But
that's what I wanted it to be, but
you know what? Now that I think about it, actually, I think they're fixing Walter. I think they're fixing. Oh,
you right.
Gunther. I'm sorry, Gunther. Walter.
I'm not calling him that.
I think they're doing an excellent job with him. Actually, I'm not even mad at his last few appearances. He's basically been crushing little people for the most part. So whatever. Looking super dominant. But I like the fact that he beat the shit out of Ludwig for losing that match this past Friday. Because Ludwig got in a match against I can't remember who he was talking shit to. But Ludwig ended up getting into a match and he lost the match. And Gunther was like, "Man, I don't fuck with losers." And I mean, he put his hand through his chest. It was so violent. The chop.
But why, man?
So violent. It's because he doesn't accept losing. So he looks like a Ludwig.
I understand that, but
I know bullying your friends. I know it's not.
This is the beginning.
He's a heel. He's a heel.
This is the beginning of their breakup.
Nah, they can't break them up because then it's over for Ludwig. It's over. We know that Ludwig is not. I don't want to say that because Ludwig might be great. He's clearly good at talking on the mic.
No, he's great. He's great, but nigga, do they see that in him?
Yeah, probably not. They're good at dropping the ball on talent like him, specifically talent like that, smaller guys. But I think they're doing okay with Gunther. I hate his fucking name.
They're trying to get him back.
It's a dumbass name, once again. But, yeah, he's kind of, Gruss said he's acting like, he's just kind of, hey, Gruss. Thank you, Gruss. Good shout. He's doing the Roman shit. He's doing the same shit Roman was doing to Jimmy and Jay. He's doing the exact same shit. So it's like, that's what made Roman a star, bullying his family and friends. I guess that's how you make it in life. Damn. What a message. So all right. Let's move on to our next topic, man, and we'll be here all day. Let's do a quick update on Sasha and Naomi. Trav, have you heard what's going on with these ladies?
What? Yeah. Let me shoot it.
Apparently they took Sasha. Well, not apparently. They definitely edited Sasha out of a couple of the intros for I think it was SmackDown that she was on. They took her off the intros. They removed her from the website. Her merch is no longer available on the website. Yeah, so they pretty much scrubbed Sasha Banks from the annals of WWE history. She changed her name obviously a few weeks ago from well, she changed her bio or whatever. Her name is still Sasha Banks WWE, I think, because they'll take your blue check away if you change your actual name once you get to that point. But
that's
anyways,
crazy.
yeah, so it's looking like, because there's been no confirmation by anybody, not the Melters, not the Ross Sapps, like nobody. Not even nobody has any type of confirmation. Sasha's not speaking on it herself. Naomi's not speaking on it herself. No one knows if these ladies are actually still with the company or if the company's just mad at them and being petty like we know they do sometimes and blah blah blah. But it's looking like, and that was a thing that people noticed recently. They took her off the avatar of Peacock, which is a big deal, because they don't change that shit that much. So now that they finally changed this, like, oh wow, they really took her off the Peacock avatar, the thumbnail for the Peacock. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. I mean, it looks like they're not really fucking with her. I'm more concerned about Naomi, bro. And let me tell you why. I don't think this was Naomi's decision. And I think Naomi's now in a position similar to what Kevin Durant is in. He has a friend who's making decisions for everybody or for themselves that affect everybody and not thinking about the repercussions, and them, because they're loyal, they're trying to stick by their friend and they're not going against their friend in any type of way, whether it be verbally or anything like that. So I don't think this was Naomi's family is not going anywhere in that company. They are that company. The history of it, that like she married into legacy. Like she can't, unless she's just gonna be, you know what I mean? Like that's just too awkward, I think. Her husband's a star in the company. Her cousin is a star in the company. Like it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, her brother-in-law is a star in the company. It's like she got her. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So I don't think this was a Naomi thing. And I think she might end up out of a job or out of a career because she signed with Sasha or riding with Sasha. And I think Sasha and Naomi were right in a certain situation. Like they were right for being mad. They had every right to be mad how they were being booked. It was shitty, horrible booking. Like we know WWE, especially with the women's division, it's trash. Like their booking was trash. Tag titles in the women's division never meant shit. But I'm a little nervous for Naomi, because although she wasn't in one of the premium spots on the women's roster, and she might not ever have been, she's Naomi. She's there, one of the best talents there that they don't know what to do with. But she had a spot. Sometimes you get a spot, ask Braun Strowman, like you got a spot, and then once that spot is taken away, you think it's gonna be other spots, other places, and the spots don't be there. And it's just like, damn. I hope that's not the case. What do you think?
I think that Kevin Durant and Kyrie comparison was fucking great. But like you said, I do feel bad for Naomi because I don't think she's gonna go nowhere. But until probably her contract expires, because I think once she do end up going back, they're not gonna do either shit with her or they're gonna shit on her somehow. Maybe they won't because all this shit going on with Vince McMahon. But
Good point.
yeah, I, I, I don't know. Fuck him.
That's actually a really good point.
He did
Trav.
say fuck him.
That is a really good point, actually, because they could actually use this. Like, see, they could be like, we just didn't want to work for him. You know what I mean? Like, we just didn't want to work for him. It was like creeps back, Laurinaitis and all these weirdos. Whoever the dude was, they had to fire for sending sending trash bags to fucking people in the mail. What they did, like they just a bunch of old creepy motherfuckers back there. They could be like, yo, we just felt like it needed to be some change backstage, and we just needed to take a stand. I feel like they could possibly use that, you know what I mean, to get people back on their sides, because apparently people were not too happy. Even some of the talent weren't too happy that they just walked out. So, you know.
Yeah, what if Shasta is the one who put out all Vince business or some shit? That would be crazy, son.
Oh, that would be crazy. Oh man,
that would be crazy.
Laylo, so you like Cameron? You think Naomi doesn't have a mind of her own, even though Naomi put out a message that they called her difficult when she knew her self-worth and told them no? Wait a minute, you said Naomi put out a message that they called her difficult when she knew herself. Who called her difficult? Who called Naomi difficult?
I guess
some like it was backstage, like at WWE, like
yeah, some backstage trying to put out. Yeah.
Were they saying she was difficult before, or was she saying they were saying before she linked with Sasha, or was she saying that? Were they saying she was difficult, like with Sasha, like because that's important to me, because there's still influence. And no, I'm not saying she doesn't have a mind of her own. I'm saying she's a loyal friend. That's two different things. I mean, you could be a loyal friend to a fault, just like Kevin Durant, who just imploded a fucking team in Brooklyn because he wants to play with his friend, or he doesn't like how they treated his friend, and his friend was in the wrong. But he's standing by his friend and blowing up a team that believed in him and invested $300 million fucking dollars in him because of his friend and being loyal to his friend. Am I saying Kevin Durant doesn't have a mind of his own? No. I know he does. Trust me, everybody know KD got a mind of his own. He speak it all the time on Twitter. Like shit, he gonna say what he want to say. But he's a loyal friend to a fault. That doesn't make him a bad person. That doesn't make Naomi a bad person. It doesn't make them dumb either. It just means they're loyal to a fault. It is what it is. Like, that's a characteristic that could be considered good by somebody, but it could also hurt you. I mean, that's just life. Some of those characteristics exist. But no, I know she has a mind of her own. I just think that she's trying to be a loyal friend, and it might turn out to be bad for her. I'm not sure if they said she was difficult. I can't imagine Naomi being difficult outside of her interactions with Sasha Banks. Because I never heard that before. She just seemed like she was, I don't know. It just was something that I never heard. Maybe you guys did. You know what I mean?
I don't think
Naomi is no KD. KD doesn't know loyalty if it bite him in his ass.
That's true, but
I was about to say,
Naomi,
damn, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
He definitely,
bro,
he definitely don't know that motherfucker hopping teams as fast as possible.
Man, he's trying to go back to the Warriors.
Right,
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, nigga, no, nigga, you my ex bitch. I don't want you back. Get out of here.
But
no takebacks.
Damn. But damn, I forgot what I was about to say, bro.
No, it's all
Naomi,
good.
bro. Damn, Naomi. I forgot.
Yeah, you know, I hope that that's not the case.
No, I was about to say Naomi. I don't think Naomi liked what she was doing, bro. Like, one, they had her off before the Sonya Deville shit. She was off TV for mad long for no reason, bro. Like, you feel me?
That's what I said. And she's one of the best talents on the roster.
Yeah, and then before she was gone, she was doing like talent shows and shit like that.
And she was teaming with fucking Lana and Dana Brooke, and it was just they weren't doing anything with her. Like, I can understand her being mad, but I don't think Naomi. It didn't seem like she was the type that would walk out of the company. if she wasn't
Because
in a tag team with Sasha Banks. That's all I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure. I don't
Camilla,
know.
stop saying
I don't
someone's
know.
treating Naomi like she's mindless and weak. I just explained myself and why I think that. You don't have to be mindless and weak to try to be a good friend. That's actually the
But I said,
opposite. She's actually trying to be strong, but you can make a bad decision trying to be strong. I'm not sure if you're aware
my,
of that, but that is
my
100%
son,
the case. Would you say?
my son KG said, "I'm gonna ride or die with my homies." Fuck you
Hey
say?
man, hey man, hey man, hey, listen. And there's a lot of people like that, and I get it. Like, even if you know you're like you've heard people say it before. I don't care I don't care if they right or not. That's my dog. Hey, he right to me. You know what I
Jay, what up,
mean?
nigga?
So it's like, people say that all the time. That's just trying to be a good friend. It doesn't mean you're right. You know what I mean? But you're being a good friend. And doesn't mean you're mindless. You're just trying to be a good friend. That's all I'm saying. But I hope the best
You
for
right.
Naomi and Sasha. I want Sasha to be in AEW, like ASAP. ASAPington. She needs to be in AEW. I'm just thinking about all the matches with Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa and fucking Serena. Sasha Banks versus Serena Deeb might be an all-time classic wrestling match. Literally,
I
an
think
all-time
Sasha
classic
Banks versus
wrestling
Tony
match.
Storm.
Tony Storm, oh, we could have got
Cause
that.
they
I
didn't
hate.
wrestle. They didn't wrestle in WWE. I don't
Nah, I
think.
said we could have got that. They were in the same company on the same show
Yeah,
at one
I don't
point.
think we
I'm
got that.
like, but no, we can't have nice things in WWE. Fat Jay was cracking. Good to see you step into the chat, man.
Word.
You hope they stay together if they go.
Do I
Don't
hope
matter.
they stay together? I
It don't,
don't. I don't need them to be a tag team.
not at all.
No shit like that.
Not
Like
at
if they
all.
ended up in the same company, cool. But if they went their separate ways, like I wouldn't mind seeing.
I
I
wasn't
need
even a
to in the
huge fan of
AEW
the tag
or
team. I wasn't a huge fan of them as a tag team. It
right
just felt thrown together. Like, oh, let's put the two black girls together. I was like,
Sasha.
it didn't really like Sasha's a single star, my nigga. Like she's a super duper star. Like she don't need to be in a fucking tag team. Like I'm sorry.
Sasha's a superstar. Sasha's a superstar, but I think she's one of them type of superstars that wants to go against like top. Like, I think she wants to go to Japan, bro.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She wants to be
I
on
think
that. She wants to be one of the greatest wrestlers. Like she's that
she wants to be
breed.
John Moxley. She wants to
Exactly.
be John Moxley.
Exactly. She want to be the cootie, the fucking top of the women's wrestling. She wants to be able to go across the world and prove that she's the best women's wrestler, and that's what I think Sasha should be doing.
And
Naomi's a
Stardom and
different type of
fucking
wrestler.
AEW is in talks too. So like,
Yeah, exactly. If Stardom and AEW link, then it's just then you got a
come on,
crazy
son.
roster. Yeah, that'd be wild. Yeah, Sasha on ramp. Yeah, there's so many things Sasha could do across the globe, man. As far as matches she could have, she's one of the best women's wrestlers on the planet. If not, I mean, she's probably top 5. She is top 5 in my opinion. Sasha Banks is top 5 women's wrestler on planet Earth. You're gonna have to fight me. I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just what it is. Yeah, I mean, she's top 5. I've seen the matches. She been having classics since she been in WWE when she was a little fucking little toddler in the company, killing it since then. So I just think Sasha.
Another one last year.
Yeah, I think facts. I think Sasha needs to figure out some way to be able to stay in pro wrestling, even though I know she got a whole bunch of stuff going on, NFTs and Snoop Dogg and movies and TV shows. I get it. She's a pro wrestler at heart. She loves this shit. She, she really loves it. So I really want to see her, succeed in another company because she wasn't being treated right in WWE. That is 100% a fact. Her or Naomi, they were not being treated how they deserve to be treated with their level of talent. It's not because anyone feels entitled. It's because they deserve that shit. They worked for it. You know what I mean? Naomi put in a decade plus and was never whack. You know what I mean? And Sasha is, top 5 in the world, so it is what it is, man. Hopefully these ladies pop up somewhere soon on our TV screens, at least on our radars. Yeah. Chat say, hey, Laylo, is Sasha better than Becky and Charlotte? Yes, she is. What kind of question is that? It's not close. I'm sorry. I mean, Charlotte was my favorite. You know what I mean? For a long time. I can't say that anymore. There's too many women's wrestlers out here, and Charlotte's not even around. And she had a couple whack ass matches, and the shit she did with Becky was just really whack. But anyways, the match was good, but the throwing the belt down, that shit was kind of whack. But yeah, Sasha's better than all of them. What kind of question is that?
Yeah.
It's not even close. Becky is great. I love Becky Lynch. I am a
All
Becky
four
Lynch.
of them.
They're
It's
all
great.
amazing. Sasha better than all of them. All of them.
Mhm.
It's not even close. So I understand why she was mad. Just like I said when it happened. You know what I mean? If you know that you're fucking that great and your boss, you going to work and your boss just got you serving him coffee and not letting you use your skills, you might quit. You gonna walk out one day like, fuck this job, I'm out. So I get it. You know what I mean? But let's move on to a couple last quick story before we get into the main topic. We got a couple injury updates for Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Big E, and Kenny Omega. I am scared. Have you heard the Bryan Danielson news?
I haven't
What's
heard the
going on
Bryan
here?
Danielson news. I know I've heard murmurs of Kenny might
Yeah, it's
be hanging it up.
well, we can start with Kenny. Kenny Omega apparently not apparently, he did just tweet out that if he has one more setback in his rehab, he's done with wrestling. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I was not prepared to hear that on my
Yeah.
timeline or see it on Instagram. I was just not prepared. I didn't know. He was just like, he's rehabbing 2-3 times a day. It's extremely painful. He also, excuse me, he also said he has no idea what he's going to be like in the ring if he comes back. So there's a chance that we could not be getting the same Kenny Omega if he does return. And there's an even scarier chance that we could not be getting Kenny Omega back at all. So that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking
He
depressing.
he gotta see DDP.
Facts. Go
Send him
get
to
that. Yo,
DDP,
even if
son.
he has to go away for a year or two, even if he has to stay away and get
Yeah,
healthy.
send him to DDP. Fuck it.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan was gone for 2-3 years. Like, let him get healthy, man. Edge was gone for 9 years. Get healthy. The ring will be there when you return. And the athleticism ain't gonna go nowhere if you're still healthy. Edge can still put on a great match. Like, it's not Daniel Bryan is clearly still one of the best in the world. Even though his injuries are a little different. It's not like bones and ligaments and legs and stuff. He's just speaking to Daniel Bryan, this is probably the one that scares me the most because, I feel like this is the only kind of the only life-threatening injury or quality of life. Well, I guess they're all quality. Anyways, Daniel Bryan apparently got a mild concussion, and that's why he's been out. Obviously, if you know Daniel Bryan's history with concussion, that terrifies the shit out of you. I will never forget the day that he had to retire. I will never forget that thank you speech that he gave when he left. It was one of the most emotional speeches, one of the best speeches that anyone's ever given in a wrestling ring. As he just thanked the fans and thanked everybody. You guys remember it. I'm not trying to have to see this guy retire again just a couple years after he was able to return. I'm not trying to see that. It's already terrifying watching him wrestle. You kind of sense that wrestling's a contact sport. I think Camilla said earlier, shit ain't ballet. You gonna get hurt at some point. You gonna bump your head. You gonna take a bump and snap your neck and hit your head on the mat. It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. I just, man, I hope that he recovers and he gets back on his feet really soon.
So people were questioning if they're going too hard in AEW.
That's a great question. I want to know what you think. I've heard that question a lot.
I mean, for people like
Fizz, what up?
Bryan Danielson, like I feel like Bryan Danielson, I feel like he wanted to come back, but he didn't want WWE to be on some like I told you, like you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like we had you wrestling, you was wrestling for a reason, like you know what I mean? Because like clotheslines he's been all the moves that he's just been taking, like and oh my god,
it's scary. It's scary.
It's scary as fuck, bro. Like we don't want to see
The
nothing
scariest
happen to
move is
my
the
boy.
snap German. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out there. Anytime anytime anybody in AEW take one of those snap German suplexes from whoever, I'm horrified because they are literally dropping each other on the back of their skulls. Like it just looks so painful sometimes. Like, and it's like they be doing it so fast and the whiplash and everything. I'll be like, yo, there's just certain moves Daniel Bryan should not be doing at all. You know what I mean? So I,
Bro, Fizz in the chat.
yeah. Fizz in the building. Yeah, man, good to see you, Fizz. Hopefully Fizz could join the show one day soon. Come back. I know Fizz just got Fizz over there being a married man and all that good stuff. So yeah, man. Hopefully everything.
Oh
goes
yeah,
well
that's
in
what it
marriage,
is.
man.
That's
Hell
what
yeah.
is living life.
Good to see the homie in the chat. But yeah, man, we just gotta keep Daniel Bryan and our Bryan Danielson. Sorry, Bryan Danielson in our prayers, man. We can't. I don't want to live that man's life for him. He wants to wrestle. He can wrestle, but concussions are obviously a serious thing. CTE is like a scary thing. If you're in a contact sport, we see the Junior Seaus and of the world and all these different people that it ends up affecting after they're done. That man got 2 beautiful baby girls and a wife. He does not need to kill himself in the wrestling ring for any of our entertainment. And that's my opinion on it. I hope that he gets well soon. But the best part about this story was that Tony Khan, he was like, yeah, I know you think that you're cleared, because he was apparently cleared for Forbidden Door by the doctors. And Tony was like, no. He's like, you wrestle when I say you wrestle. Yeah, I mean, he's like, he's not rushing him back or anything like that, which is good on Tony.
Right.
Because Tony don't want that on his hands. He don't want that, like you said, that we told you so from WWE. Nobody wants that. We're all terrified of it happening, because WWE's petty enough to let somebody actually say that on record. Yeah, I hope that Daniel Bryan is okay. We also got some news, guys, on Big E's injury. It's just more bad news, man. It's just more and more bad news. He's gonna be out a long time. He's gonna be out a long time. We saw him throw the neck brace in the trash a month ago or whatever. He was showing pictures of him moving his neck and doing all this this past week, and just the neck can do amazing things. That's what she said. But yeah, so it's good to see him without the neck brace on, just moving his head like a normal person. But they said the C something vertebrae, which is one of the ones that can kill you. You know what I mean? Is one of the ones that he damaged. And it's going to take him a long time to recover. But good news is that surgery is now off the table, so he won't have to have that intrusive spinal cord surgery that people like Stone Cold Steve Austin and Edge had to have at one point, that kept him out for Stone Cold forever. Well, I guess until last year, and Edge for 9 years and all these different things. Because once you have that surgery, atrophy and all this, your spinal cord, you're not wrestling for a very long time. So fortunately, he doesn't have to get that surgery. But yeah, we'll see. Booker T is the Booker is coming back soon. Booker who? What? Stop it. Tony already
Booker
got the
T
Jeff
is
Hardy.
coming back somewhere soon. I heard.
Is that real?
I believe so.
I mean, he's still in great shape. I'm not mad
He
at him.
is.
Yeah, I mean, he's still in great shape. Whatever. I'd rather see him wrestle than do a podcast, honestly. So Big E could give it up. He couldn't do his finisher if he comes back. He got an easy finisher. Why couldn't he do his finisher? He's just doing a back body drop. He's just doing a flat back on his finisher. He could do his finisher. He could still do his finisher. And he can come up with another one. Finishers are finishers. He could do any. I don't care if Big E ever wrestle again. I just want the brother to be good and healthy and live a life without pain. Facts. That is the number one priority. That is what everyone should be hoping for Big E. That's why I played his drop on the intro, because we all rooting for Big E to get healthy and well. Friend of the channel. Just the overall. Everybody loves Big E. Everybody loves that dude. I don't never heard nobody in wrestling say anything bad about that guy ever, and I don't think they ever will. Just the fact that his spirits are so high, and he broke his fucking neck. You know what I mean? So, and he's just like out here like, oh, it's good, guys. I'm fine. You know what I mean? It's no worries. I'll be back, hopefully. You know what I mean? It's just like, we all rooting for Big E. And then our last bit of injury news, CM Punk. Apparently, Tony Khan said that the injury is not looking good. They just got an update from CM Punk. I think he just had the surgery recently on his foot. And, yeah, it's not looking good. So Punk could be out for a while. So that interim title might actually exchange hands at some point before Punk even gets back if he's gone long enough. So we'll see. But, we're rooting for all of these guys to be healthy. These are four major names in pro wrestling. Four of the biggest names in pro wrestling over the last year and a half, honestly. Big E getting his first title reign, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, obviously, and Kenny Omega, obviously. So hopefully all four of these guys get healthy, along with everybody else who walked through the forbidden door or tripped on the way through and snapped something, because there was a lot of them. If you saw my Instagram, I got booked for the show and then got a concussion, and I ain't even fall. You know what I mean? So I don't even know what happened. It's like I signed the paper and I was concussed, and I was like, I can't do the show no more. So that was it. You know what I mean? I guess that's what happened to everybody else. And our last topic of the day, guys, it's been a great show, but I got to get this question out there to the public because I had something on my heart for the last couple days. That's why I had to jump online today. I called my boy Trav up. I was like, bro, we got a pod today because I got something I need to talk about. I just noticed it, and it's bugging me out because I feel like Tony Khan is going full petty mode, and he was just like, oh yeah, MJF, you're gonna leave? Oh, you think you're special, do you, little bitch? Watch this. Here's a Christian Cage. Do the exact same thing you do. You ain't special, bitch. That's exactly what it
wild,
felt.
son.
That's exactly what it felt, bro. I don't know how this just popped in my head. I think I just saw the Christian Cage promo again, and I was just like, nigga, that MJF he's the same person. He was wishing people died like not too long ago. It was the same promo, the same fucking line. I was like, oh no, they're not gonna get that one by me. He just did the same shit. He just did the same shit. Oh man.
MJF is I hope he doesn't leave, but he's good no matter where he goes. Because if he goes to WWE, he's gonna be a champion. He's gonna be a champion. He's gonna get the money that he wants
immediately.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, he's not going nowhere else but WWE. I can't see him anywhere. He's not going back to the Indies or Japan.
Hell no.
No, he always shits on Japan whenever he gets a chance to. Even though that's probably part of his character, but he always shits on him.
Yeah.
And I mean, he has that type of character that could get off on WWE, and he be there every week just like he was on AEW.
Oh man, Camilla.
Just probably couldn't say it as much as he wanted. They would give him his freedom for sure.
You think so? Because Camilla
a certain amount of freedom.
She might be right.
They would probably. I think they would let him cut his own promos, but you just can't say this type of shit.
It ain't gonna be the same.
I think they would do that to him.
They can't even
it's
say
not gonna
shit
be the same.
In WWE. They only get to say shit like once a year. You know what I mean? They say it on Dynamite like 12 times a night. Everybody get to come say shit. Jade Cargill's catchphrase is cut the shit. Like it's just that's a normal word. That's like saying and or the.
Thanks to South Park.
Shit, exactly. So it's like I don't know. They might water. He might not be the same in WWE. AEW is perfect for him because Tony, like you said, he lets people do what the fuck they want to. You know what I mean? He let them do what they want to, and I think that's a big deal. You know what I mean? It just is. It's a big deal. It's important to let the wrestlers speak freely
But
if they have the ability to. He's one of the best. So
Christian is great right now, though. He is great.
who
right
saw
now,
this coming, bro? Who saw this coming? I mean, we saw that part. Of course, we saw the turn coming. That's not what I'm talking about.
Because everybody
Christian
knows
being this good. I didn't
we
know.
all
It was gonna
everybody
happen.
knows that Christian is a good heel.
Yeah, of course.
But
of course.
he's Christian turned up to like a different level.
We
like,
saw him against
in
Randy
AEW,
Orton. He was a
bro.
great slime ball in that feud against Randy
Yeah.
Orton. It was awesome. You know what I mean? He had a tag team with Edge. They had some heel moments. It was awesome. They did a bunch of great. But this is the old MJF. You know what I mean? He's the OG MJF. He sounds just like him, or MJF sounds like him, however you want to put it. But it's just like he has something MJF doesn't have, and that's tenure and credibility and a history to where he could be like, yeah, fuck these young guys. I already did my shit. Y'all gotta do y'all trying to do what I already done. You know what I mean? Now I'm just trying to get the bag. You know what I mean? And whatever I gotta do to get the bag, I'm gonna get the bag. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. So I love this shit.
I definitely like that about
Favorites.
Christian. He's definitely about the bag right now. I love that. That's like my favorite aspect to this shit. He's like,
Because it's one of the most realistic stories you can possibly tell in wrestling.
facts.
Period.
That's why Jim Ross always stresses it up.
And I love that. I'm like, yo, remember in WWE was the winner gets the lion's share of the purse or some shit, and they were trying to, use that. I love that. Like that's an automatic reason to want to win. It's a reason. It's a thing that if you get disqualified, it fucks you up on that end. So you get DQ'd, you lose your money. So you might have to think about how you go about the match. It's just the money is why people do sports. It's like they try to make us forget that the money is why people do the sports.
Man.
It's like it would definitely be doing something else if they wasn't getting the monies. So, a lot of sports are, I know there's contracts involved in every sport. It's not like person versus person. They're one person betting against one person. Motherfuckers getting their checks whether they win or lose for the most part. So I get that. It's the same in WWE, but WWE contracts aren't discussed publicly as if they're part of the lexicon of kayfabe or whatever. It's just, people hear about them on the dirt sheets, but WWE ain't coming out like, yeah, we signed him for this much in this many years. WWE ain't doing that. You know what I mean? As far as making it a part of the show. So I think they should make it go back to the whole, because money matters, man. Money matters. And Christian Cage
makes the world go round.
Facts. It does. Unfortunately, but it does. You know what I mean? Christian Cage is just, he's one of my favorite people. He might be my favorite in AEW right now. Like, I think I look forward to Christian Cage now that CM Punk isn't around and, Daniel Bryan is kind of hurt. I still look forward to Blackpool Combat Club and anything they doing. Eddie Kingston on the mic is just like gold every time. I like everything.
Jake Hager's probably about to have his best match next week.
Yeah, he is. Everything AEW, it's a lot going on. And sometimes the wrestling's just like, you ain't need to do that. Your career is going to be short. But
and don't forget the Young Bucks and FTR.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Man, I ain't fuck the Young Bucks. FTR, nigga. FTR everything all year. I don't want to hear about no other tag team except for FTR. I want FTR versus the Usos, nigga. That's what I want. I just somehow gotta make it happen. FTR versus the Usos, please. Actually, we had that, didn't we? And then they were going to put them in clown costumes, and they had Jay and Jimmy snickering. Just going to wipe my brow because I'm sweating.
Uzi hot.
And Uzi. That did.
Uzi hot.
That definitely was a thing.
Yeah.
Sad. It's crazy to look at that and then look at them now draped in fucking gold with 17 belts wrapped around their shoulders. It's just crazy, man. Say, what do we think about Benoit Jordan Grace situation? What's going on there?
Jordan Grace said that Benoit wouldn't cut it in nowadays wrestling.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Listen.
Wait a minute, Trav. Before I get upset, Trav. Hold up. Wait a minute, Trav. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm screaming right into the mic. Wait a minute, because I didn't hear what I just heard. Wait a minute. Hold on. You're saying Jordan Grace Jordan Grace, the the female octopus. You know what I mean, the wife of one of my favorite wrestlers,
She's a
Jonathan
great wrestler.
Gresham. You know what I mean? She's cool. She's a good wrestler. You saying that she's saying that the Wolverine, this was she talking about Chris Benoit? Is there another? There has to be another Benoit. She's not talking about Chris Benoit. Is there Jim Benoit? Who's Jim Benoit? Was there a Steve Benoit that she's talking about? I'm confused because she's clearly not talking about Chris Benoit, the dude who had barn burners with Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko, everybody, hooving to everybody. You know what I mean? The dude who had one of the greatest title matches in WWE history against Shawn and Triple H, and one of the wait a minute, it wasn't even that long ago. What the fuck is she? Is she smoking crack? I'm confused. Is she on crack? She on some good crack. Jordan Grace, you high. Stop it. I don't even know why I entertain that. She high.
Listen, I understand her frustration at the man, but that man was.
Yes, I mean, clearly he's an animal and not the Wolverine.
Yeah.
He's an actual animal, a savage human being.
Yeah,
Terrible way that he went out and took his family out. He's a fucking monster. Just talking about wrestling. It's like, let's be realistic. Like, don't say something just because you're mad about somebody if it's not true. That makes you a liar. You know what I mean? Clearly, Chris Benoit he was a phenomenal wrestling talent. He was probably too good, which led him to bang his head on things over and over again because for some reason, him, like other wrestlers, think doing a diving headbutt is a good idea. But the man had CTE, still no excuse for what he did, but the shit happened, and it's not even a story I want to talk about because it's too fucking disturbing, honestly. But that's a ridiculous statement to say that he couldn't hang with the wrestlers now. He would actually fit in perfectly with the wrestling now. Let's be honest. So let's move on because I don't like talking about Chris Benoit.
Daquan asked if we were excited about the RH rebrand. I feel like you gave your opinion on that earlier.
Yeah, I talked about that earlier, bro. I am. I think that they need to I gave like my statement on what they actually need to do. They need to change the name of the company, the colors of the company, the logo of the company. We need new belts. We need new ring. We need new everything. I don't mean a 5-side. It's still 4 sides. Don't do that. But just everything.
It still got to be a code of honor, though.
Yeah,
at least
still got to be. I like the code of honor. I'm not mad at, but keep that because that's the thing that makes Ring of Honor Ring of Honor. So keep that, but everything else, change it and just rebrand it so you have a chance to make it something new. So people aren't still like, oh yeah, that's Ring of Honor. I don't need to watch. I know what it is, and give it a new name, man. We need a big third wrestling promotion, even though it's owned by one of the big 2 at this point. So yeah, man, I'm just to wrap things up. I think Christian Cage is definitely he was the fill-in for MJF. I think Tony Khan was in full petty mode. We like you said, I thought that we saw this breakup coming between Jungle Boy and Jurassic. I love what they're doing with Luchasaurus, by the way. He's like the dinosaur Undertaker right now, so I like it. You know what I mean? He's like the Jurassic Taker.
Perfectly honest.
You know what I mean?
I think Christian was going this direction anyway, whether or not MJF was
hardcore.
There.
This hardcore?
Yeah, I think so, bro. I think so because, the subtleness of his dick-headedness,
Very
his
subtle.
like asshole, like the asshole in him was so subtle that I expect him to be this savage.
I mean, he wished that man's whole family was dead except for his mom so he could dig in her guts. I mean, that's pretty much the worst thing you can say to somebody.
That's crazy.
I don't even know, like,
I think,
how does it get worse? What you gonna say that's worse than that?
I was about to say, I feel like even if MJF was there, he was like, shit, he be saying wild shit. I'm about to get crazy shit.
You're probably right. You're probably right. I feel like it'd be funny to have 2 guys that are doing the show might just be too reckless. If you had both of them dudes on Dynamite cutting those promos, and then it would also be noticeable that they're saying the same shit because they definitely use the same lines a couple times. So that's why I was like, how are they gonna have both of them doing pretty much doing the same shtick on a 2-hour show. And that's why I felt like he was the replacement.
I feel like because I feel like it would be competition almost. I feel like once one saw the other do something, because they're going off. Like, you know what I'm saying? They know what they want to say, but they're going off the top with it. I know it would like twist their shit. Especially MJF. These is two smart ass motherfuckers that we're
very
talking
smart.
about.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they would. I'll give benefit of the doubt that they would be somewhat different, just both savage as a motherfucker though. In their own ways.
I mean, just salute to Christian though. Got to give Christian a round of applause one time because that man is,
absolutely.
I mean, a career resurgence. When Edge came back and everybody was like, "Oh, Edge is back. It's going to be great." And then he had some boring matches with Randy Orton that nobody cared about except for the greatest one of all time. We're never going to forget about the greatest match ever because they said it was the greatest match ever. Now remember it.
That shit was the most match ever.
I mean, it was a great match. I mean, it was like top 5 match of the year. Like, let's not even kid ourselves. The niggas almost made the greatest match.
It was a great match. It was a great match. It was a great match.
That shit was contender for match of the year. But still,
compared to
calling it the greatest match of all time.
Giving off, that shit was the most match ever.
Yeah, facts. It didn't live up to the hype at all. It was a great match if they didn't do all that hype. The greatest match of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most ridiculous build ever. The most ridiculous build. Now, then Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, like a year later, this is the biggest match in WrestleMania. It's like, nigga, y'all just did this.
History,
you not fooling
bro.
me. You just did. You just reworded the shit you just did. You fucking sinister bastards. Oh, man, this shit is hilarious, man. But yeah, it is what it is. WWE gonna WWE. But that's our last topic for today, guys. We gonna get up out of here. Trav, I appreciate you for joining me on this pod. It's
Absolutely,
good to be
Phil.
back on the pod, man. This is how the pod is gonna be. Hopefully I'll be doing the blunt ratings at some point, but the blunt ratings are no longer gonna be a full show. I'm gonna do them pre-show, and then I'm just gonna show you guys the card, and we'll talk about it for a couple minutes. Cause talking about these shows sometimes is just I'd rather talk about the news because it's more fun. Clearly, just go reviewing Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Sometimes it's depressing, and it just makes me not want to do this shit anymore. I ain't gonna lie, because I don't want to talk about the 24/7 title segment. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about it. So I'm going to focus more on doing fun stuff and talking about news and interesting topics that everybody else in the wrestling world is talking about instead of doing a wrestling review show like everyone else does. And that's boring to me. So we're going to do what we do over here. And that's how we started the channel. We weren't doing review shows when we started Wrestling on Weed. Me and Fizz were doing a podcast, and we were talking about random topics, fucking best theme songs, and all kind of crazy shit that we were coming up with. So it was
Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Ring cover. So it was never a review platform anyway. So we're gonna get back to OG status and get back to doing what we 24/7 titles segments are underrated. Stop playing. Underrated, as in they should be rated under everything. So that's our show for today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody that's been here the whole 90+ minutes, man. You guys are great. Wow Nation, I love you. As always, man, Camilla, KGM, Gruss, Dave up in the building. Everybody, Fizz stopped through, man. Shout out to Fizz, man, coming through. Hopefully we'll get him back on the show soon. Yeah, man, everybody that came through. Daquan, I think I've seen Daquan in here before, but anybody that's new, Fat Jay stopping through. Good to see Jay back in the building. Yeah, man. Appreciate all you guys. Until the next one, peace. Just hit the notification bell so you know when we going to go live, because I don't want to tell you I'm going to be live one day and then I'm not there. I hate doing that. So hit that noti bell, and then when I post the fly, I always post it ahead of time so you can get ready a few hours ahead of time, and then you can tune in for the next pod. But me and Trav will be back on your heads really soon. We'll see you guys later. Deuces.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling on We, and thanks for watching.